Welcome to another exciting edition of the P&B Sport Show. I'm your host, Abel Sunday. Today, we turn our attention to the UEFA Champions League, where Europe finals light up the midweek with some thrilling encounters, stunning goals, and a few upsets that got fans talking across the globe. Joining me from the Center of Excellence, Lagos, is our ever analytical football mind, Walter Odige. And from the ancient city of Benin, the voice of passion and perspective, Errol John. Grab your teacup because P&B Sport start now. It's the P&B Sport from the nation's capital. Gentlemen, great to have you both on this show. It's been a Champions League week filled with drama, surprises, and standout performances. Let me start with you, Eru John, because okay, both of you are from even Edo State. But let me start with you, Eru, since you are in Edo. Let me start with you. Osimhen banging 2 goals last night again. Do you see Osimhen contending for the African Player of the Year? Do you think it's going to be possible?
Okay, good morning, Mr. Sonny. Thank you for having me once again. It's always a delight to be here. Osimhen scored 2 goals again yesterday. I think I speak for the majority when I say it's not a surprise. It has become a normal phenomenon. Osimhen is an excellent player. He's a passion-driven player, one who shows commitment to whatever he does. As a matter of fact, he was involved in the 3 goals scored by Galatasaray yesterday. To answer your question, do I see him as a contender for the African best player? Yes. As a matter of fact, he's one of the nominees as we speak. He was nominated. So I see him as a very strong contender for the African best player. But in my personal opinion, I don't think he's going to clinch the title. I don't think he will win it. The only reason is because part of the criteria for picking the best or for voting will be considered by last season. If we are to judge by last season, yes, he had a brilliant season. He had a fantastic season. As a matter of fact, he even won something with Galatasaray. But I think Mohamed Salah should edge him on that by quite a little mile. But then again, is he a very strong contender? Yes. And then we can never say never until never becomes never. So I see Victor Osimhen as a strong contender. He's doing so well. He has kept up the form this season. So many people thought that, because he was on loan, when he signed permanently, there will be a decline. But rather, there has been an upgrade. And at this point, I don't think Galatasaray has had any regrets signing him on a permanent deal. Yes, I see him as a strong contender. Let's see what it holds for us.
All right, let me go over to Lagos. Walter, you before now, let's say early this year, or let's say last season, wrapping up last season, Osimhen was nowhere in the conversation. We are talking about African best. He was nowhere in the conversation. But right now, we could see that strongly his name is being mentioned, and already there's a conversation around him now being a contender for African best. And with the performances Galatasaray have put in these 2 games, I'm talking about the Liverpool game and this one, do you see them going so far in this Champions League?
To be honest with you, I don't know. I am indifferent Galatasaray chances in this Champions League. But take nothing away from them. They are a very, very good side. So I just think they will come up short when they meet the best or the better opposition. So one of the assignments I gave myself last night was to go and look out fixtures. There are remaining 8 games they are to play. Maybe 7 games they are to play in the league phase. So, and I was like, if I can to the round of 16. And yes, so in honesty, I think they will. I don't know. I'm not looking at the fixtures yet, but I think they have to. They will beat the teams that they can beat, and especially they are a very good side at home. But away from home, they've struggled. You've seen we saw what the Frankfurt, what happened between them and Frankfurt, when Frankfurt beat them 5-2. So away from home, they will struggle, but at home, they are going to win. So if they can win all their games at home, why not? They will qualify for the round of 16. And when you're in the round of 16, all you just need to pray for is a good draw. All you need to play for is a good draw, which can you hear me?
Well, I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, that's
all
fine.
you need to pray for is a good draw, which
Go ahead, finish.
I'm still talking.
Go ahead.
Okay. So all you need to pray for is a good draw. All you need to play for is I think you find yourself in the quarterfinals, and from the quarter, for me, if Galatasaray can reach the quarterfinals of this league, that would be a big achievement. I don't ever play. I can't remember the last time they got to the final stages of the UEFA Champions League. So if they can have quarterfinals of the Champions League with Victor Osimhen playing the pivotal role in them achieving that, then that will be a very, very good season, and that will be them going as possible. So yes, I think they can achieve that. They need draws and all of that, but they are a very, very good team, and they can compete against their mates. When I say their mates now, how many teams are in Europe? I would say the Chelseas, the Man City, the Bayern, the PSG, the Barca, the Real Madrid. Who else? Liverpool. So apart from these 7, 8, 9 clubs, so they can't beat anyone on their day. So yes, I'll be rooting for because of Victor Osimhen, and I really want him to do very, very well in this Champions League, because he will be judged by the Champions League this season and not.
Okay. Well said, Walter.
To your first question that you asked, to your first question.
Go ahead, Walter. Go ahead. I thought you had done. Go ahead.
Okay. So your first question, you asked Eru if he's a contender for this year's African Player of the Year. Yeah, he's already a nominee. Why he will win it because the top 4 for me will be and Hakimi.
Okay.
So who is more deserving of the award would the Champions League, won the what's it called now, the French League, did the treble, then he went to the Club World Cup, played in the final. It was very, very impressive, although they lost to Chelsea in the final of the Club World Cup. But I think overall, he's been second he finished second Bookman. He finished second to Osimhen the previous year. I think he's the deserving winner of the award. Yeah, but that can change, because I think the award will come up after this year's AFCON. And who can, if Osimhen plays a crucial role in Nigeria beating Gabon and Cameroon or Congo in the World Cup qualifiers, if he plays a crucial, that's one. And so he goes on to win the AFCON in December. Who can say Osimhen is not deserving of the African Player of the Year? So yes, it's still very, very close, but as it stands, I think Hakimi is deserving of the award over Salah, Osimhen.
Okay, well said, Walter. Let me go back to you, Eru. Liverpool yesterday also bounced back with a resounding win, rather commanding win, 5-1 against Frankfurt. Is that a sign that they are back on track, or is it just that they just met a very bad side?
Okay, I cannot say because they beat Frankfurt 5-1 that they are automatically back on track. No, but I would say that was a good one. They needed it. They needed it to bolster their confidence. They needed it to remind themselves of who they are. I mean, after suffering from 4 straight defeats, back-to-back defeats, it is only good that you get to win such a game. You cannot automatically judge. What if they lose the next game? We have seen situations like this before. What if they lose their next game? I'm not saying they will lose. I'm not praying for them to lose. I'm not praying for them to win either. But I cannot completely overrule that because they beat Frankfurt, they are back on track. That was a good game for them. They needed the win. They played as the better side, and they got the win. They got what they needed from the game. I give them kudos. Let's see what happens the next 2 to 3 games before we cannot boldly say, oh, Liverpool have found their feet. They are back again. I mean, after the win yesterday, they get to win their Premier League game this weekend. They get to win the game in the upper weekend. We cannot completely say Liverpool are back. But for now, we cannot say. We can only say, oh, Liverpool have managed to come out from back-to-back defeats 4 times in a row. They've won this one. They won it emphatically. It was a good game for the likes of Kitike and Florawic. He finally has 2 goal contributions. But like somebody said, he had to go back to Germany to get a good contribution. But kudos to Liverpool. I hope they are able to keep up the momentum. I hope they don't go back to sleeping and losing games again. Yeah.
Okay, Walter, let me come back to you, Walter. Walter, it seems like the English teams are flying in Champions League because they won all their games this week. The likes of, we saw Chelsea also beating is it 5-1? I think Chelsea won 5-1 as well. Then we saw
5-1.
Arsenal also doing the needful. With Arsenal's game is even another mind blowing. You remember we said it here day before yesterday that the cracker should be Arsenal versus Atletico Madrid, which we thought that is going to be in fact it's a one-sided affair because we thought that it's going to be a battle to finish. But it seems like it's so easy for the Gunners, Walter.
Yes, the English team very, very impressive. Very impressive. I think there's a record that they broke during the midweek Champions League. The English side became the first time side from one country will score up to 18 in a match day in the Champions League. Arsenal, Manchester City, Chelsea, Liverpool, and who else?
Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, Newcastle,
and Tottenham.
Yeah.
Played out a goalless draw, but the rest, the remaining 5, Newcastle 3-0 against Liverpool 6 against Frankfurt, Chelsea 5 against Ajax, Man City 2 against Villarreal, and Arsenal 4 against Atletico Madrid. So it just showed the quality in the English Premier League. Like I say, on their day, when they play lesser opposition, apart from Atletico, when English teams plays lesser opposition, trust me, they are bound to do well. Do you know why? Because these English clubs spend so much money. They recruit the best players. Okay, for example, the best player last season for Frankfurt playing in Liverpool. So what do you expect when you take the team's best player? The team will offer Florian Wirtz 140 million euros. Isak 120 million. These are quality. The English teams, they have good. They've spent so much money. So I'm not surprised that once they go out to Europe, they dominate. Except when they beat when they beat the Barcelona, when they beat the Real Madrid, when they beat the PSG, when they beat the. So apart from those 4 sides, I expect the English teams in this season to do very, very well against weaker oppositions. So I'm not surprised at all. But it's good. It shows that it shows that money that they've spent is reflecting. We saw Chelsea yesterday.
So in other words, his money well spent. That's what you are trying to tell us. That his money well spent, right?
Yes. Apart from Casado, and we saw how Chelsea rules with the airport red card, but yes, they still show that the bigger and superior team to Ajax. So yes, I'm not surprised, but we've seen English dominance several times. Last Europa League final was between two English sides in Liverpool and Man Tottenham. So it's normal. But when they beat the big, I think they will succumb eventually.
Okay, Walter. Let me go over to Aaron. Aaron, we've seen also Real Madrid winning just with a slender win with 1-0, just a slender lead. I don't know. Do you think Real Madrid's form in Champions League this season is kind of questionable or worrisome?
Okay, thank you for that. I won't call it questionable. I won't call it worrisome. Rather, I would say, when it comes to games like this, the Champions League is different from your domestic league. The Champions League is different. The Champions League has a different momentum entirely. It has a different spirit. Teams approach it differently. There was a time where we used to regard Real Madrid as the king of Champions League because they may lose 3-4 La Liga games, but you cannot defeat them when it comes to the Champions League. And for what we're seeing right now from Real Madrid in the Champions League, I would call it worrisome. A win is a win, regardless. In 2014, Germany won the World Cup against Argentina by 1-0. Tottenham won the Europa League last season against Manchester United by 1-0. A win is a win. What matters the most in football, according to the special one, Jose Mourinho, at the time, he said it is not the possession that matters, neither is it the number of passes in the game. It is the win that matters. At the end of the day, who goes up with the 3 points? Real Madrid went up with the 3 points. All games don't have to be so easy for you because your opponents did not come to defeat to break melon. They also came for the win. They also came to play football. So Real Madrid, they played well. If you watched the game yesterday, they played so well. They did not struggle to play. They were not largely dominated. They played well. They missed a couple of chances. And eventually they got the goal. I'm happy for Jude Bellingham. It's been a while he scored. So I was happy he got the goal yesterday. So I will see it as one of those games that doesn't come by easy. One of those games that do not come easy for them. They are difficult games for every team. Moreover, they have an El Clasico to play this weekend. So I think they had to be so careful playing yesterday. They had to be, the El Clasico is a statement match. It says a lot going into the La Liga season. So I give it to them. They eventually found a way around it to win the game. And that's a good one. As far as they got the results that they wanted, then it's fine. I don't see it as a questionable performance. I don't see them. So far, they have been doing so well both in the domestic league and then in the Champions League. So I give it to them, yeah.
Okay, Barcelona already doing the damage. And let me go to Walter. That Barcelona are doing the damage. We see scoring 6-1 over is it Espanyol? Olympiacos, sorry. Olympiacos, right? They scored 6-1. What are you there? I don't think
you.
Okay, they scored 6-1. And we saw your Rashford having 2 goals there already to his name. And that tells you the quality. Remember, we were talking about Rashford before now, and you guys were you were trying to analyze the kind of player he is, the quality that he has, the ability that he has to also dispatch defenders. And we saw it played out the day before yesterday when Barcelona won 6-1. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to get your thoughts on Barcelona game against Olympiacos. Yeah.
Yes, I think Barca they are a very, very good side. They are dangerous. They are a dangerous side, and unlike Madrid, who might not be fanciful and beautiful all the time, and who might not, dispatch teams away. Barcelona, on the other hand, on their day, and if you are not on your A game, if you don't come prepared, they might deal with you. They don't have Messi. They like to score goals and they like to rack up numbers. So that's what we saw against Olympiacos. But like the man Olympiacos said at the end of the game, he said anyone that did not watch, go and check the live scores and see 6-1, you'll be like, whoa, Abaka beat these people, Abaka destroyed these people. But that's not actually the story. It's actually kind of a tight game. I will use the word tight because the game has a 54 minutes, 55 minutes, 60 minutes. It was still 2-1, just within 2 goals to 1. Then Olympiacos got an unfortunate red card that changed the dynamics of the game, and Lamine Yamal converted a penalty. Then Femi Lopez completed his hat-trick. Then Marcus Rashford 2 more goals later on. So it's a Barcelona team that has played. They are, for me, they are the team that I really don't want to play. Barca, Bayern, and I really don't want to play those teams because you cannot predict when they are in the swagger, when they are in the mood to play their A game. And trust me, any team, they can put you to the sword on their day. Yeah, they are one of the favorites for this season's Champions League. But yes, I think on Sunday we will know more about Barcelona because they very fantastic side this last season. They were fantastic last season. We saw how they defeated Real Madrid. They defeated Real in 4 straight Clásicos. So last season. So now this is the new season. This is the first Clásico against Real. I think that game, I really don't understand Barca. I don't know if they are still the same as last season. I don't know if they have reduced level. I just feel like, okay, they are missing many key elements. Lewandowski is not consistent. He's injured more. Rafinha hasn't played for the past 6-7 games. Amal isn't back to his brilliant best. So, yeah, because Rashford, like you said, that is taking the team and is doing very, very, very well. He has 9 goal contribution so far this season, and it's just bad. So hopefully he continues flying and shining very high in Barcelona colors. But on Sunday, I will get to know more about the Barcelona team, if they are still the same team of last season or they have, down a level. On Sunday, we will have better answers to that question.
All right, Walter. Let me go back to Eru. As we wrap up, Eru, don't have time. In 2 minutes, well, how do you see Xabi Alonso, since this will be his first El Clasico, how do you see Xabi Alonso set up against the Barca team? And do you think Alonso might have the upper hand that Sunday?
Okay, going by what they've played so far this season, going by what I've seen both sides play so far this season, the El Clasico is sometimes very unpredictable because the El Clasico is always like a Manchester United Chelsea game. No matter how both teams are performing, when they face each other, the adrenaline tends to be double. I don't think Xabi Alonso will come up with a different setup from what we have been seeing from him so far this season. Of the truth, the Barcelona attacking lineup, like Walter has said, is presently on I would say, decline. The reason is because presently, apart from Marcus Rashford and Femi Lopez, who have been stepping up for games, the likes of Yamal just came back from whatever he said was wrong with him. He's yet to be at the best. Lewandowski is off and not injured. Rafinha is not available. So they are not at their best. So in short games, when you're able to lock up the likes of Rashford, the attack becomes a problem. And then Madrid have their defense intact. I think the only defender that is not available for Real Madrid is Antonio Rudiger. Every other person is in the squad. So it's going to be a very deadly encounter. I call it deadly because as if Flick we want to continue his already proven record against Real Madrid. He defeated them 4 times last season. Xabi Alonso we want to make a statement. Being the new manager in charge, he will keep up his setup. But I predict a draw in that game, sincerely speaking. I predict a draw from now on because we have a Kylian Mbappe who is in form. We have the Barcelona side who has so much confidence in defeating Real Madrid. So I predict a draw.
Okay, Walter, also your prediction, is it a draw as well?
I will go for a Real Madrid win.
Scoreline.
A tight win for Madrid. Well, 2-1.
Okay, 2-1 Madrid. Okay, 2-1 Madrid. Okay, and Eru said draw. Okay, that's your final word, Walter. Please, as we leave the studio, your final word.
Yes. My final word has to be about Manchester.
Okay.
We'll be playing. We'll be playing Brighton this weekend,
Yeah.
and I think that is the most important game for Ruben Amorim. Okay, now since his appointment, Man United has not gone back-to-back victories. And, now they have that back. Now, a bright side that they've not defeated for years. I think for the past 3 seasons, they played the Brighton side. These are the sort of games that they don't win. They didn't win this kind of game last season, so it's a strong for them. It's a strong test for the team, and I think if they can win that game against Brighton, it could be a turnaround for Ruben Amorim and Manchester United. But if they fail to win that game, return back to factory setting. But I really the team and the players to come all out and don't try and game, because it could be a life-changing victory if they it on Sunday.
Okay, we all justice for Manchester United. We all pray that they win this weekend. Please, your final word as we go.
I think my final one will be to Manchester United and water. Don't raise your hopes too high.
Because, please, I beg you, that this weekend just wear your Manchester United jersey, because I think that one is good luck. You remember you wore it the other time they won. I think that's good luck for them.
No, I don't have plans to wear it. They have done the job I need them for. I don't need them for any other.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much for your analysis as always on P&B Sport Show. Thank you so much, and do have a blissful day ahead. All right, that's the size of our show this morning. You can connect with us in all social media platforms on YouTube and Facebook at Politics and Business TV.English. Then on IG at P&B TV_English, on X at P&B TV_ENG. I'm Abel Sunday, and from me and the entire team right in Abuja, I say goodbye.